Now we'll talk about the third class of relationships, which is basically weak relationships, right? So let's take an example. Being in a school, let's talk about grades. Okay, I don't like to, but let's do it. So let's try to find the relationship between how many hours you put in for an exam and what grade you end up with. Okay, if you're not like this, if you're not the smartest kid in the class like me, then we'll get a nice beautiful picture. So this is the number of hours, right? And this is the grade. Yeah, just as always, if you have seen the intro video, as always we only talk about things that can be measured, so we have to put a number on the grade. So let's say that C or an F is 0, okay, and A or an A plus is 10. Now, let me try to plot this. So let's say that if I study 1 hour, it's 0, 2 hours, it's 0. If it's 2.5, I slowly start making progress. I'll probably answer a little bit here, a little bit there. And once I put like, let's say 70 hours into it, I don't know how likely it is, but let's say that we hit a plus, okay? So let's say the x's looks something like this. So as you would assume, after a point, no matter how much more effort I put, it tends to taper off. Okay. Now, a simple inspection of it looks like there is some linear relationship between hours and grade. Right? There is some relationship. Now, how do we know if this relationship is strong, weak? How do we put a number on this, right? We are mathematicians, or we are trying to be, and we got to put a number on everything. Now, there's a grade, there's a number of hours. How good is this relationship? Okay, that is called as correlation, which is how much of a strong correlation do you have between hours and grade. So the way you do that is, again, there is some smart dude who talks about least square method, and the way you do that is you try to write a line that will pass through most of the points, and such that this distance that you see is minimized. Okay, and the process of doing this, finding this line, okay, the process of finding this line that will minimize these distances is called regression. Okay, you're regressing the number of hours to the number of grades, and you're trying to find this line which will minimize, or which will be the closest approximation of this relationship. So we have a relationship, and we're trying to make sense out of it using what we know. We know functions, right? We just learned about it, and that's all we know. So why don't we try get a function, preferably a line, which is the closest to these points. Okay. Just on a side note, we didn't have to use a line. Probably this is not a linear function. Probably what would have been a better match is a curve like that. And we know a curve like that, it looks a little like parabola, right? So maybe it's a quadratic relationship. We don't know, but most of what we deal with in MBA is linear regression, and there are a few things we need to answer about this, which is how good of a relationship is this, right? And what does it mean, how good of a relationship? Let's take another relationship that is pretty bad. Okay, this is hours and grade. Okay, let's say that things are all over the place. If you study 2 hours, you'll get a B. If you study 7 hours, you'll get a C. If you study 12 hours, you'll get an A. And if you study 20 hours, you'll get a D. Okay, something crazy, right? Now, if you try to fit a line, I can fit a line, but it has no meaning. Now, how do we quantify this thing? How do we quantify that this kind of a distribution or this kind of a relationship is very weak, and this kind of a relationship is very strong? Okay. Now I'll take a small leap here, and when you do a linear regression, either using the basic formulae or using Minitab or something, you'll get a number called R square. Okay. the R square refers to the residuals. These, you see these small deviations, right? The R square refers to that, the sum of all those deviations. Okay, and the higher the R square, right, the closer this function is to being a perfect line. So when R square is very small, this is what you get. When R square is very large, this is what you get. If you look up on the internet, you'll see lots and lots of examples of high and low R squares. So that's the essence of regression. And once you understand this, and once you understand how do you regress to things that are related, and those are all over the place, how do you take a line and fit through them, and how do you know how good of a relationship this is, that's basically regression. You have understood that, and always pay close attention to R square. R square, and I think there's a p factor. Always pay close attention to it.